Hi, thank you for tuning in to another cigar review. My name is Josh, and today I'm smoking the Camacho American Barrel Aged. So a little bit about this cigar. The Camacho American Barrel Aged is part of a new series that they came out with called the Master Built series. And this specific cigar was aged for 5 months in Kentucky bourbon barrels. You have a Pennsylvania broadleaf filler with Honduran corojo, and then the binder and wrapper are both Connecticut broadleaf, U.S. grown. I'm expecting this cigar to be pretty full-bodied, and I'm expecting it to have rich, earthy flavors. The aging process, the 5-month aging process, is, it takes a while. So this cigar is semi-limited, which makes it just a little bit more special. But with all that being said, I'm excited to try this cigar, and so let's go ahead and cut this cigar and let's light it up. Alright, so I'm going to get this band off of the foot. If it'll come off. Okay, there we go. Alright, so you have a little bit of adhesive from that band on the cigar. I don't like that, but that's okay. I'm sure it won't affect it any. But yeah, I'm getting, on this nose, I'm not getting as much as I thought I would. It's not as rich in smell. I'm sure that's not an issue. Now, but on the foot, I am really starting to smell that bourbon, and so that's really exciting. Okay, so the cutter I'm using today is a Herrera Esteli Drew Estate perfect cutter. So you have this back, you have this stopper at the back, which will keep you from cutting too deep. And the reason why I'm using this today is because the cap is a little small, which again, not an issue, but I just want to make sure that I get the best cut possible with this cigar. Beautiful cut. The draw is great. Little tobacco. Just on that cold draw, I'm really starting to taste that oaky, bourbony flavor that I was expecting from the cigar. So yeah, I'm excited. Let's go ahead and light this up. So I'm using just a triple jet lighter. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm getting that bourbon flavor, which is phenomenal. It tastes really well. The blend, I'm picking up that earth note that I was expecting from that Connecticut U.S. broadleaf. But it's also smooth. I'm feeling it on the palate. It sits in the mouth a little longer. It's kind of a meaty smoke, but it's still smooth, and it's pleasant. Honestly, it's pleasant to feel in the palate. It's pleasant to taste that bourbon, and so yeah, this is good. Also, before I smoke it down through the first third and review that, I just want to thank Brandon, the one who provided my last cigar, the Oliva Serie V Milanio, has also provided this Camacho for me. And so, again, it's really good, and thank you very much for the cigar, Brandon. Alrighty, so I'm into the first third, and I have to say that the flavors of this cigar are really prominent. I'm getting a lot of rich, earthy note. I'm also getting a little bit subtle spice finish at the end. Not spicy, like burn your tongue spicy, but more like baking spices. But I'm also getting those notes of that barrel, that bourbon barrel, and so I'm getting that oak, and I'm also getting a little bit of bourbon flavor. It's a very straightforward in flavor, but it's very good. I am really enjoying this cigar. It burns pretty well. I think the ash is going to fall off soon. But after doing a little bit more research on this cigar, it actually isn't the whole cigar that's aged. It is just the corojo leaf that you find in the filler. And so that is a 6-year aged corojo leaf, and then 5 months aged in the bourbon barrel. And again, as I mentioned before, it is Dominican made, which makes this Camacho's first cigar that isn't made in Honduras. And so that's a pretty cool little tidbit there. But either way, I am strongly tasting that bourbon just from the filler, and so it's delicious. I'm really enjoying this cigar. So stick with me as I keep smoking this down. All right, so about halfway into the cigar, and there's a little crack on the wrapper, exposing the binder just a bit. It's not something I'm super concerned about because I believe there was another crack closer to the foot and it sorted itself out. But other than that though, it's burning sharply, it's burning very well, and even when it kind of gets a little uneven, it fixes itself. You know, as far as the notes go though, it's pretty straightforward actually, getting those same notes of earth and that bourbon barrel. But one thing I am also noticing is I'm starting to taste a little bit of dark chocolate on the finish. It's very enjoyable. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take the band off. Let's see if this comes off without any resistance. Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah, so that crack isn't very large. I'm pretty sure it'll sort itself out. So yeah, other than that though, I am actually very surprised at how much I am enjoying this cigar. It has a lot of the notes that I personally really enjoy, and so yeah, honestly, I think I'm gonna go buy a couple of these after this. But yeah, just immediately it's sorting itself out, and so it's burning very sharply. The construction is very well, and so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and smoke it down a little more, and then we'll go from there. Alright, so I'm in the final portion of my cigar, and I will say that the flavor is pretty straightforward throughout. It maintains that same rich earth, you know, with that subtle cocoa, dark chocolate rather, and then that barrel-aged bourbon, Kentucky bourbon barrel flavor. That was a mouthful. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up, but one thing I've been wanting to do this whole time, I'm going to have me a little bit of bourbon, some Woodford Reserve, and I'm going to see how it pairs with this cigar. Again, very good, very rich flavor. Now I will admit, I'm not a very big bourbon guy. There's only a few bourbons that I really enjoy and I will actually buy for myself. And admittedly, Woodford Reserve is not a bourbon that I really care much for, but I will say that this cigar paired with this bourbon, I thoroughly enjoy the flavor. It really brings out all of those notes in the bourbon that I really didn't taste before, and yeah, it just brings out the richness of the cigar. The cigar brings out the richness of the bourbon. It actually goes very well together. And so if you have this cigar and you've got some bourbon with you, man, give it a pair. It's really good. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and smoke my cigar down, finish it up, and then we'll go from there. Alright, the cigar's about done, and like I was saying before, the flavor is just straightforward, but it's really nice. It doesn't really change much, and that's okay. Straightforward notes of rich earth with that American bourbon barrel taste. It's very enjoyable, and it's priced at around 11 bucks. And yeah, as I already said, I'm probably gonna go pick up a couple of these for myself. And one of the things I really like about this cigar is it allows me to enjoy bourbon a little more. And so, yeah, that's about done. The flavor is, the flavor is letting me know that it's probably done to smoke. So I'm going to go ahead and finish off the video with a drink of this bourbon. So cheers. Good stuff. Well, thank you for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like and all that stuff. Yeah, so like I said before, we're in the process of moving still. We have a week extension on the move, so I'm not exactly sure how often I'm going to keep recording until we're completely moved at our new location. So just stick with me through this, but yeah, I'm glad I could find some time today to record another review for you guys. And stay tuned, because the next cigar that I'm going to be reviewing is the Florida Sun Grown by Drew Estate. And so if you have that one, or if you know where to get one, pick one up, smoke it with me, and see what you think as I review it. But with all that being said, thank you for watching again, and have a good day.